Valley Club, big surprise. Compensation is on the way yet again for another event screw up. We're going to talk about what happened this time and what you can expect because of it. Also, very important note about the Phoenix Force event going on right now. And we're also discussing the Phoenix Force team. Now that we know Phoenix is getting a rework, does this change any of your selections for Dark Dimension? We're going to discuss this topic and the rest of your mailbag questions because it is Mailbag Monday. So if you're ready for all of that and more, then Valley Club, you know what to do. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I'm ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having an excellent day. In this video, we're going to answer your questions from the mailbag because it is Monday. We do this every Monday. And we're going to talk about some compensation that is on the way for you. And if you get some value from this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell for even more Marvel Strike Force content. At least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos every single week on this channel. But let's discuss the latest communication from the devs. Brother Pathfinder said yesterday about 9:30 p.m. today, the lucky coins disappeared from the campaign nodes. They're back. There will be compensation. And today he provided an update. Said, commanders, the compensation for lucky coins missing from the campaign nodes will be for the players who spent energy during that time frame, and this will be sent after the event ends. But don't worry, because the lucky coins will still count towards the stretch goals event, and the orbs will still be available for players to use their lucky coins on. So it sounds like the compensation will be delivered even though this event ended, but you should be able to go in and claim any milestones that it would have topped you out for. So for example, the 2 Turtle Dove event, they sent 12,000 milestone points as compensation. If they did that this time, which they're not going to do because it's based on the campaign energy you spent. But just for example, if they spend that 12,000, it wouldn't make a difference to me. I would be about 196, not getting that 210. But if that whatever they send as far as compensation does get you the next milestone, you will be able to claim this, and you will be able to use this in the orb store. There's some orbs that you could spend lucky coins on right now, the store, and I guess this is gonna stay there. So there's fitness 6 orbs and all these other fitness orbs. You could still use these, get some bonuses for the campaign energy spent. But of course, the event is based on earning the lucky coins, not on spending it. So hopefully they leave this up for a while, and I hope they would have left it up for a while even if the event didn't get screwed up. Well, let's move forward to the event that's going on right now, Phoenix Force Fitness. If we go into the game, we see that the scoring is based on battling in war. This one, everyone should be able to get the 72,000 points for it. But the rest of it, Absolute A Force in war at 5 yellow stars, using them at 6 yellow stars, various star levels. Now, sometimes we've had just use characters on offense. Sometimes it's just use them on war and you could get points for offense or defense. Well, the communication we got, the latest communication from Pathfinder just after the communication about the currency, well, it says that Phoenix Force event scoring is going to use Absolute A Force and Hercules for war offense only. So unlike some of the previous events where you could place characters on defense, well, this one, Absolute A Force on offense. So if you already have them on defense, take them off, and for the rest of the wars during this event, make sure you're using them on offense. And now it's time to get into your mailbag questions of the week, and big shout out to everybody that left a question for this video. Now, if you want to leave a question for one of the future mailbag videos, which we do on a weekly basis, make sure you're a member of the Discord. The link for that is going to be down below. And when you go to Discord, join the mailbag question channel, leave your question there. The first question this week comes from Stifler's mom. She says, so I did a stupid thing, wailed hard on the grand countdown milestone to get the 3 diamonds and the shards to get Aries up to 7 yellow, but not having that 7th red star is making me regret it. Has Scopely decided how or when we'll be able to get this red stars for Aries, since some of my accounts have none? Also, what about the diamonds for Captain Britain and Old Man Logan? So I think they're delaying these releases for the red stars for Aries and probably the diamonds for Aries, and then the diamonds for Captain Britain, diamonds for Old Man Logan, because of they wanted to maintain that exclusivity period. In the past, they did release diamonds for Aries, and I think that was associated with his battle pass. And he's kind of like a informal epic character because his shards, his red stars, his diamonds, very, very hard to get for Aries. But as far as where we got them, it was on his release. So when they talk about the red stars for Aries here, was back in July 26, 2004. This is what it was for the release, but no word on what's going to happen after this. So what it says, you can earn to 2 red stars for Aries during the first battle pass via the standard pass. Following the first season, you could earn 1 red star for each battle pass. So by the 6th season, it's possible to have all 7 red stars. And I did purchase the first 2 battle passes for Aries. After that, I think I realized that the passive that I really wanted wasn't the free version, so I stopped buying those. So I don't think I bought all the, I know I didn't buy all the battle passes for rarity. So I did get that 7th red star. So not sure if you had to buy 1 or 2 to get that, but what it says, if 7 red stars is your goal, keep in mind that you need a total of 300 helmets of Ares, and there are 50 helmets available in each standard pass. So that is where they came from. Now, as far as that period of exclusivity that they want to try to maintain, for a lot of the characters that had leaderboard events for diamonds, they're waiting to release diamonds for those characters to put those in the store. Assuming they're doing the same thing for Captain Britain, same thing for Old Man Logan, and the same thing for the red stars and diamonds for Ares as well, just because people had to compete for those. Some people had to buy them, and if they're just giving them away or in stores, you could buy them for like free in-game currency. I think that kind of devalues that, and Scopely wants to maintain that value for their spenders. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. I think Scopely hasn't made that decision yet. Hopefully they make that decision soon for these red stars, or at least provide some insight for players so they can make better decisions planning out their rosters. And PS, with War Machine's upcoming rework, do you see any viability in power armor becoming relevant again for new players? I see them splitting off into other teams. You know, if we look at power armor, all of the characters are pretty much gone into other teams now. Falcon is on the Uncanny Avengers and Mighty Avengers for Spotlight, 2 raids, and War. We have War Machine getting a rework as part of this Liberty team. Ironheart is already on the Absolute A-Force. Iron Man is kind of the 6th member of the Illuminati, the one that gets dropped a lot. And Rescue went to the Pegasus team a while ago, so I don't think they are going to be viable. They're all on different teams, have different synergies. I don't think that original synergy, even with their updated stats, is going to really make too much of a difference. I do think that this team is related to the upcoming Captain America movie. Had a lot to do with that Falcon and Winter Soldier TV series. And as far as when this movie is going to be released, Captain America Brave New World, it is scheduled for February 14th. So I wouldn't expect this team anytime till around February 14th, sometime a little bit before that or a little after that. That's when I'm expecting this Liberty team coming out. A question about Phoenix Force Omega Red. Will he be dark promo like the zombie tunes or not? So, and the answer is right here. Yes, because an epic character like Captain Britain was, hopefully not expensive. So it is confirmed that he's an epic character. Now, they haven't confirmed that he's a dark promo character, but I think previously they did say that all epic characters would be dark promo, and a few select others like a big time Spider-Man or a Black Knight would also have that dark promo usage. So yeah, he should be a dark promo character, brother. Next question is ValleyFlyin wondering, since Phoenix is getting a rework, which horseman should replace Phoenix, Red Hulk, Morgan Le Fay, or Rogue at Dark Dimension 7 timed? There is a second part of the question, but let me answer this one first about Dark Dimension. These are my current recommendations based on what I'm using these characters for Dark Dimension 7. Now, Shadow King was not around at the time of Dark Dimension 7. So I think I actually ended up bringing Omega Red just because he was a mutant and he was cheap. I don't think I had all the stuff for Red Hulk. I probably would have brought Red Hulk at the time. But your question is between Red Hulk, Rogue, and Morgan Le Fay. And for me personally, I'm using Rogue on defense a lot, and once in a while using Red Hulk on defense in Cosmic Crucible. Pretty much using the Gamma team in War, but War's not my main concern. So if I don't have him built up too much, that's not priority for me. The other character, Morgan Le Fay, I hardly ever use her. So for me, the Rogue was the answer. So which character to drop out of those 3 if you already have them built? It would probably be either Morgan Le Fay or Red Hulk based on usage, but again, your usage may be different than mine. You may value the Extreme X-Men a little different, and I guess she's not an Extreme X-Men. She just goes with Gambit and Nightcrawler and them a lot on Cosmic Crucible, but I guess it's going to be based on your valuation of each game mode and these tunes. How much are you using Red Hulk? How much are you using Rogue? How much are you using Morgan Le Fay? The one you're using the least, I would probably drop that one. And as far as the second part of your question, should I focus my resources on Orcus to Gear 19 or A-Force to get Omega Red and Phoenix Force to 3 yellow stars? So it really depends on what is value to you. The Orcus is going to have a little bit less value in Cosmic Crucible and War. A-Force is going to have a little bit more value in Cosmic Crucible, definitely a lot more value in War. I guess their value in Cosmic Crucible is a wash. So, but if we're including A-Force and the Phoenix Force, that will be the better team for Crucible and War. But if we're talking about the raid, something that you're doing every single day, you need the Orcus team unless someone in your lane and one of your alliance mates already has a strong Orcus, and you may not need to build them at all because someone in your alliance already has that section handled for you. So If that is the case, I'm assuming that most players have their Orcus already built up if they're serious about raiding, but let's focus on Cosmic Crucible and War. So A-Force, they're going to be one of the best War teams right now. If you build them up, they're going to give you value in War. So if you like War, that is probably the way to go. As far as Omega Red and Phoenix Force, well, they're going to be a Cosmic Crucible team. So they're going to give you the value there. Orcus does have some value in Cosmic Crucible, more of a defensive team. They are countered pretty hard by a few teams. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. War, they're more of a defensive team in War. There are some counters to those teams in War and Cosmic Crucible, but if you bring in the wrong team, not bringing one of these counters, they can absolutely destroy a few teams. So they are countered, but if you're doing the wrong one, using the counter on something else, and then you don't have it left over, well, Orcus could be a problem in Cosmic Crucible and War. So for myself, I tend to focus on raid teams because those are, I think, more foundational teams in my mind. I focus on that. However, if your raid is already handled, and it may already be because you're thinking of still bringing them up, you may want to just go A-Force and then Phoenix Force for War and Cosmic Crucible, but a lot of it really depends on what's valuable to you. There's no cookie cutter answer that's going to apply to everybody. It really depends on what you want out of a game and what your goals are. So I hope that helps you determine what you want out of a game and what would be more valuable to you, because I don't think what's valuable to one person in this scenario would be valuable to everybody. All right. I've got a Cosmic Crucible question. What are the best teams to counter Orcus without using Night Stalkers, as I have them on defense? And I do think the best counter for Orcus is Night Stalkers, even some Orcus hybrid teams. Night Stalkers works very good. We use the Night Stalkers hybrid against a full Orcus, and and our opponent used a full Night Stalkers against our Orcus hybrid. So that is probably the proper counter, but other counters that work, New Warriors work very, very well against the Orcus team as well. So if you have a full New Warriors, they're pretty big. They can punch up pretty good against the Orcus team. And Cabal with Kang Titania also works against the Orcus. You don't want to go with a small team. You do want to go in with the Cosmic Crucible team. And you can punch up, like I said, with the New Warriors a little bit, but you don't want that to be too crazy. So I would start there, New Warriors, and then Cabal, Kang Titania. Hopefully you don't have to use either of those teams on other rooms, and then you can save them for Orcus that you run across. Also, who counters Spider Society? I usually use Illuminati and Superior 6, but I'm finding that I need them to counter other teams that I come across. I've seen Eternals, Secret Defenders works, but for some reason, I can't get it to. So Eternals, Secret Defenders does work. Eternals, Tangled Web does. And this counter, if you don't need Docking for anything, this counter works very well as well. It was a Mephisto version, so we did it after 2 sacrifices, but any team with Mephisto, if you do 2 sacrifices, the team that beats that full team without Mephisto will beat it on the 3rd run. In this case, the Secret Defenders beats the Spider Society. And whether you're using Dakin and Photon or the Eternals or the Tangled Web, this does work. And this battle did not go as planned. Normally we want to either stun or ability block Penny Parker. Our ability block did not land. We had another stun that did not land. So Penny Parker is kind of a problem. Normally what I'm doing, I'm trying to rewind either Peter B or Pav or Penny. I'm trying to rewind 2 of the 3 with the Miss Marvel Hardlight, that move, the ultimate there. Then we go into Black Cat with the special, and then we do a stun on Penny Parker. If that, we didn't get it to stick this time. So Black Cat, there we go. Now the stun sticks, but we had an ability block fail. Got a few things fail, and now it finally sticks. Once Penny's down, she's not going to give all those death proofs to characters. Your next target is, I guess, depends on the size, either the damage that Pav provides or the healing that Peter B provides. So after Penny's stunned, I either work on Pav or Peter B, depending on the size of them, and then usually the team falls apart. So hopefully that helps you with your Eternals battle or your Secret Defenders battle. I have a T4 question. What are the best T4s for Spider Society and the Orcus teams? Now, sometimes these T4s will switch around based on whether you're using these characters on their team, outside of team, or what game mode, but for me, my Orcus right now, I have Skirmisher for Omega Sentinel. We have Striker on Lady Deathstrike, Raider on Nimrod, Healer on Scientist Supreme, on Fortifier on Sentinel. This is one of the weird teams that we have 1 per character. And the ISO 8 classes I have on my Spider side, we have Healer for Peter B, Striker for Penny and Pav, and we have Raider for Ghost Spider and Spider-Man Noir. Hey Valley, hope you're doing well, brother. I hope you're doing well as well, my brother. Got a quick question. Do you know when the raid orb will update? How often it normally does? The next one should have been Gladiator, I believe, and you're right, it should have been Gladiator. If we go into the game, Gladiator still in the Spotlight raid orb, but Sentinel is also in that Spotlight raid orb. Previously, when they've updated Spotlight raid orb, they've also updated raid orb at the same time. So Gladiator technically should be in there right now. So I'm guessing over the holiday, devs just forgot about it or something like that. So I'll put a message in to remind them about that. And hopefully this was not something intentional. Hopefully this is something they forgot. But yeah, Glider should be in there right now. Normally, the way it's been since they added the Spotlight Raid Orb, once somebody new goes into the Spotlight Raid Orb, that character goes into the normal Raid Orb, and then it just kind of repeats that process. So it should have been about every month or every time the Spotlight Raid Orb gets updated, the normal Raid Orb should get updated. So hopefully the devs figure that out, and hopefully it's not something intentional. Hopefully it's just kind of an oversight on their part. That's it for today. Hopefully the compensation arrives, gets you to that next milestone, and hopefully you got some value from this video. If you did, leave it a like, and if you want to see what are the 10 teams that you need right now in Marvel Strike Force, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your week. Thanks for watching, guys. Hulk fist pump, ValleyFlyin out.